also cold part of this weather has put Dalal Street also on the back foot. Since September, we've seen heavy profit booking. Our foreign friends are going back to their US shows. Rupee is at a record low. Forex reserves are dwindling. The economy is slowing and inflation is on a rampage. It's an unholy mix of anything and everything that could go wrong, right being in front of us over the last 3 months. How do you see 2025? And is this an year where equity investors will make money for the 10th year in a row?
Okay, so on markets, Shailesh, I've had this view for 3-4 months. We've discussed this, that rather tumultuous, slow lane, little returns out there in markets, given valuations, given macro that we've been in. So my view sort of remains same, that you know, even before we sort of start doing a sort of a big picture analysis of macro and markets, the key message to the investors would remain same, that keep the testosterone and the adrenaline low for 2025. It's time to be sort of be cautious. This yet is going to be a year which likely going to disappoint markets, as it has happened in last 3-4 months, 5 months now. So that's a very, very big picture general view on markets, particularly for the equity investors. I think there are reasons for it. So if you do a little bit of a global survey, you realize that even though US economy is doing decently all right, there are very few chinks there, but otherwise US economy is doing all right. Europe and China have been struggling through and through 2024 and unlikely to recover in a meaningful fashion. And what sort of India has jumped into that slow lane. It is no more speculative, Shailesh, what we were discussing 4-5 months ago, that India could enter into slowdown. I think, it's pretty evident that all sort of signals are out there suggesting that India is slowing sort of pretty rapidly. You look at tax collections, both GST and corporate taxes, are in single digit growth now. The credit growth, which was very buoyant about a year ago, is now coming close to 10%. You all markers of consumption growth, be it PV sales, be it housing sales, or staple growth, discretionary consumption in India, all of them are sort of quarter on quarter decelerating. Now, this is nothing unusual. As anything happens to markets, economies also go through boom bust. So I think this slowdown which is underway is yet to sort of fully play out over the next 5-6 months. So in a sense, it's sort of cliche, but 2025 you will see as next 6-8 months of actually we struggling with slower and slower economy, until we come to a point that US too actually slows rapidly and blesses us with the potential to cut rates sharply, or perhaps do some fiscal. Until some kind of an external support come, Shailesh, it's very likely that we'll continue to have a rather weak macro setup. And in that, you really don't make much money in equity markets.